everybody, this is IronGut, and this is something that I've been meaning to record for a little while. You may have seen me playing this on stream. This is, of course, Minesweeper. Now, while I start a game of Expert Minesweeper, I will say that I am on the Windows 7 version, which does allow cording, which is the main way that I play. What is cording? What the hell is this? And how the hell do I know where and where not to click? I will explain as I play. But to start off, a little bit of backstory. I'm not actually sure when I really got into playing Minesweeper hardcore like I do now. But it's been the greater part of about a year now that I have gotten into Minesweeper and actually, regularly been able to complete games on expert mode. I uploaded a YouTube video a while ago of myself completing expert for, I think that it wasn't the first time I'd ever completed expert, but sorry, I messed one up there. It wasn't the first time I ever completed expert mode, but it was the first time I'd ever gotten it on camera that I'd completed expert mode, which is, as you all know who play Minesweeper even a little bit, 99 mines on the, I forget how big of a grid this is, but it's small enough that basically the density of the mines makes it so that you pretty much can't guess without hitting a mine, or at least having a high probability of hitting a mine. Now, if you're watching me closely as I go through this, you'll notice, you'll start to pick up on some of the patterns that are regular patterns in how you figure out where to click and where not to click. The first one you'll notice is, well, of course, let me explain for you the basics of how you understand how to play Minesweeper. The basic idea is that for all these numbers that you see, the 1s, the 2s, the 3s, the occasional 4s and 5s, and so on, all the way up to 8, which you very rarely see, the idea is that these numbers tell you exactly how many mines are touching that square. In other words, this 2 right here means that there has to be 2 mines touching it. And that's basically the information that you are given across the game of Minesweeper, is only how many mines are touching a particular square based on the number that it's showing. Surprisingly, this is all the information you need to find out a lot about where mines are. Granted, there is still some guessing involved. For example, right here, this 2 and this 2 don't really give me enough information to tell where those 2 mines are, so I have no idea which one. I've got a 50-50 shot either way, and then this could be a mine or blank, either one of those. I have no way to tell yet, so I basically am leaving that alone for now. And the strategy in Minesweeper is, it's a little bit complicated, I will say that. But it's also not that hard to understand either, once you actually wrap your minds around what it means to basically have these numbers telling you how many mines are connected to what squares, etc., etc., etc. It's not that hard to pick up. There's a couple now, as I was about to start saying before, there are patterns that you will notice when I play that I am basically recognizing and almost autopiloting. I'm nearly done with this round. I'm going to see if I'm down to basically guessing at this point, so I'm going to guess, and then I'm going to see if I can get a better, cleaner round to go. So I'm going to start off with that one, and I made a wrong choice and failed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start a new game, and I'm going to start to explain to you what the different numbers and the patterns mean. Oh god, this is a horrifying way to start. Okay. This, by the way, doesn't really help you much. I mean, there are a couple things that'll help, but not all that much. So I'm just gonna hopefully... there we go, okay. This helps a bit. Now, the first thing that you'll notice, and you'll hear this a lot, it's practically common knowledge at this point, 1 on a corner equals a mine. What does that mean? That means any 1 that you can see on the corner means that this is a mine. This number 1 right here on the corner of this square, I'm not sure whether you can see my mouse cursor or not. You can indeed. This 1 right here means that there's only 1 mine touching it. And because all these 7 squares that are touching it are already opened and revealed to not have a mine, there is only 1 uncovered square. That means that that one has to be a mine. Now, I'm going to mark the other ones with corners that are on the screen right now, so that way I've already flagged 4 mines. Now, what do you do from here? Well, because that mine is already set, that means that any number 1 that's touching that mine means that any other squares that are touching that 1 are safe. In other words, this 1 right here means that that space right there was safe. This number 1 right here, because it's got 1 mine touching it, means that both of these are safe. Similarly with that one there, with those 2 squares there, and that square there. This 1 right here now is touching this, so those 2 are safe. Similarly, that 1 is touching those 3 there, which are safe. Those 3 there are also safe. And then you'll begin to notice other little patterns as well. For example, right here we've got a 3, which is a really helpful number. This 3 is touching this 1 mine here, and then 2 empty squares. The rest of the squares that touch the 3 are all open. So that means that those 2 both have to be mines. And because that 2 right there is touching those 2 which we know are mines, we know that that one is safe. And because that 1 is there, we know that those guys are all safe. And what I do when I say cording is I flag a mine and then I double click on a square that is touching it, that, you know, for example, the 1 there, the 2 right here means that this 1 and this 1 both have to be mine, so I can cord on that 1. That 1 touching there means I can double click and it'll clear out both of the squares that touch already. So from there, you know, it's basically, you can tell the way it works. I use deductive reasoning to deduce where the squares with mines are, and then I just clear out the rest of the mines. Here's another nice little one. This 2 right here is only touching these 2 squares, so both of them have to be mines, and because this 2 is already fulfilled, this one is clean. Similarly, this 2 right here is only touching these 2 squares, so that one has to be a mine, which means that one has to not be a mine. Another 2 there means another mine, and you know, that 1 there, that 2 has all those, so those 3 right there are all clean. Then we've got this 3 up here, which means that that one's a mine. And then this 3 right here, this is another one you'll see, is the 3 on the wall. The 3 on the wall refers to when there's 3 squares in a row that are you know, a 3 is touching, and there's, you know, no others. There's open space around that 3 except for the 3 right there. All 3 of those are therefore mines. Hence, from there I can cord off of that, Okay. Now, from here, there's nothing obvious that I can get rid of, so I have to get a little bit more inventive. These 2 1s right here mean that the 1 mine has to be in one of these 2 squares, which means that because of this one being here, that is a safe square. then I can go and deduce that, well, because that 2 is now only touching 2, that means that those guys are all safe, and I can start courting again. Similarly, this 3 is touching 3 mines, so I can court on that, and I just keep going and going and going from there. And now I'll shut up a little bit and just play through because, yeah, I've pretty much explained the basics as well as I possibly can, and the speed comes from basically just repetition. I've played this game enough that I've gotten fast enough at it. It's like I say when people say, "How the hell do you play Minesweeper so fast? How do you do it on expert at all?" And I say the perfect quote from one of my favorite movies of all time, The Matrix, where Cypher is talking to Neo. Neo says, "Do you always look at the Matrix in code?" Cypher says, "Yes, but I don't even see the code anymore. All I see is blonde, brunette, redhead." It's like all I see is two on a corner there, 2 on a corner there, 2 clean, 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 not clean, not clean, 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 not clean, clean. You know, I don't even see the numbers anymore. I just see exactly what they tell me to, you know. It's one of the most bizarre things to be this proficient at something and just to be able to go, "Oh, that was a lovely little clearing that I opened up there. Oops, I accidentally made a left click instead of a right click." Okay, I'm gonna restart this game because I accidentally clicked something I didn't want to click instead of actually making a click. So I'm gonna start again, and I started off here. Okay, so I'm gonna play through this whole game again. Okay, where was I? Yes, that one there, that one there, that one there. Clean, clean, clean. Yeah, but that's exactly how it is. It's simply that I've practiced enough that I don't even really notice anymore. It's just completely automatic that I see, okay, that's one that I can flag, that's one that I can't flag, that one there, that's a cordable one, cord. Oop, almost hit the wrong button again. Same problem as Super Hexagon. When I try to do commentary, I completely lose my focus. And this game does take focus in order to play at speed. As you might have seen when I had started this video, I had up my records on this computer, which is my streaming and gaming laptop. This computer, my record is in the 140-second range, which is pretty damn good, I will admit. It's not my best, though. My best round that I ever had was a round that just everything went absolutely right on me, and I completed an expert board in 111 seconds. Which I still sometimes can't believe I actually did. Okay, this is where I failed last time. But 111 seconds to complete an expert board. That's pretty damn good. I mean, granted, I am courting a lot, which some Minesweeper purists will consider cheating, but I don't, because hell, it's built into the program. It's therefore a thing that I can do. And also there are certain variations. I mean, I haven't been a huge insider into the Minesweeper community, but there are certain things that Minesweeper aficionados like and don't like. For example, they do not like the Windows 7 version because it has a couple things that make it more fair. Like, for example, the, hang on, oh, well, I just won the game. So, 165 seconds, that's not a bad round. But as I'm saying, they've got a couple places. They prefer old Windows XP style, which does not have the double click to open up all the surrounding squares. You've got to manually open up the surrounding squares. So they're a bit purist in that way. I mean, there are a few people who are more fudgeable and play it just for fun, like myself. But yeah. Once you get good enough, you'll find you'll win about 1 out of every 4 expert games, which is basically exactly what I did tonight. I had 2 failed games, one that I screwed up on and restarted, and then one. That's another thing they don't like about the Windows 7 version, is that it enables you to restart a game if you misclick after showing you where all the mines are. So some people can just say screenshot, go around and flag all the mines and then clear out the board. Granted, it's actually a lot slower to do things that way than to actually play the game, but then again, you know, who cares? The bottom line is, I'm pretty damn good at Minesweeper. I love playing Minesweeper, and thank you very much for watching me play Minesweeper. Bye!